Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now I want to give you another side of the story where Chad Wheeler literally almost took the life of his black girlfriend. The other side of the story is Bryant. He's a black man who is infuriated by this whole thing. And he has threatened to break Chad Wheeler's face after Wheeler was arrested for almost murdering his black girlfriend for not bowing to him. Now, Bryant, he believes that the media has been a little easy on Chad Wheeler. And none of us are surprised because this is always the narrative. They're basically throwing out an excuse, saying that he's bipolar. And so apparently Bryant is not accepting this. So he has a message for Chad Wheeler and the mainstream media. Okay? So now I'm going to share with you the information that Bryant heard that sparked this response that I'm going to share with you afterward. Okay, this is what he heard. It says the woman told cops that Chad strangled her with both hands for some time and continued to attack her even after she fought back. The woman says she lost consciousness. And when she came to, Chad said, "Wow, you're alive?" That's when the woman says she ran to the bathroom, locked the door, and called cops and family members. But it didn't stop there. The woman says Chad picked the bathroom lock and entered and began apologizing profusely. When cops asked the woman if she thought she was going to die, she replied, "I thought I already had." Cops documented her injuries, which included noticeable fingerprints on both sides of her neck, as well as capillaries that had burst on the back of her throat. Officers say her left elbow joint was obviously swollen and deformed compared to her right arm. Now, doesn't like the way that the mainstream media is covering this story, and so I'm going to share with you a series of tweets that he has shared to say how he feels about all of this and what he plans on doing about this if given the opportunity. Bryant, he says this. He says, "Chad Wheeler, if I ever run across you, we are going toe to toe because I wouldn't mind making the news, breaking something across your blanking, I was just going to say blanking head, then ask you, are you still alive? I know one thing the media don't mind is destroying the black athletes without facts." Okay, that was the first tweet. The second one I'm going to read to you is where he says, he tried to make her bow down to him. And so this is Bryant basically he's at this point, he's soaking all of this in. And so the tweets are following each other because he's like, okay, I need to process what I just heard, right? Now keep in mind, Bryant threatens to break Chad Wheeler's face after Wheeler was arrested for almost murdering his girlfriend for not bowing to him. And the media is going easier on him because he's a white athlete. So let me go to the next tweet. Now the next tweet says this. He says, "You've got to be blanking kidding me. Do you know how many black athletes come from traumatized environments as kids and don't act like this? NFL know we from that and they use it against us. It's a negotiating tool. Yeah, they can save the bipolar excuse." Okay, last but not least on his tweets. Of course, there were some responses under his tweets, but I'm only sharing his. Now he says, "I don't discriminate, not even a little bit. I'm giving you views from a black man. I'm giving you my experiences. I don't expect you to understand because you are not black, and that's okay. You can learn today." So this is a brother who came out. He says, look, I don't like this. And you won't get away with this if I can help it. Now, of course, you have some segments of our male population that is probably applauding this, and I know what group that is. Instead of just seeing this for what it is, you will have those who will always applaud these situations because they themselves don't like black women. But I was very, very happy to see this brother who was willing to speak up on behalf of this sister. Of course, in my previous video, I talked about the judgment aspect of this for those of you who want to understand that. I would also like to point you to White It Out Part 5. That is a documentary series that we put together, and it talks about the curse of generational curses and the things that befall us when we do things like this. Okay, this is a biblically prohibited relationship, and something just went off in this man's mind. But I'm still happy that Bryant, one of our brothers, decided that he was going to speak up and tell the world that this is not acceptable. This is not acceptable. And if I have my way, I'm going to handle my business. We're going to put in some work. That's pretty much what he's trying to tell this Chad Wheeler fella. But for our men and our women, we need to stop looking outside of ourselves to find love and happiness and try to repair the breach that is between us. Fix this black love situation and stop thinking that you're going to find something better on the other side, because for both our men and our women, we're starting to hear more and more stories of the horrible nightmares they experience when they are outside of their own people. Of course, we know that we have our own nightmares within, but these are people who just don't understand the value of one another. Regardless to what relationship you're in, if you don't understand the value of your partner and you don't truly love them, then you can do this kind of mess right here. So I'm done with this video. I want to know what your thoughts are on our brother Bryant and how he stood up for this sister, and he's calling this man to the floor. He says, look, hey, toe to toe, let's do this. Let's put in some work and see if you are still alive when I'm finished. This is pretty much what he said. He said he wanted to do what he wanted to do and ask, oh, I'm surprised you're still alive. And so, of course, this is no laughing matter, but this brother, he's very, very serious about the statement that he has put out there. So I want to know your thoughts in the comments section. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, share and like this video, and with that, I am out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.